only thing that shows up now is the fucking bot. Oh. So there's not even any point in me doing anything until I can see the save work. So let's see. It didn't crash. Oh, thank fuck. Okay, I guess I'm keeping this shit. We changed one thing though. There we go. But anybody would know.
Right.
What do I call that?
I've learned something about poisons.
Is that one that makes you spit?
All right. Here we go. Holy Mary.
Or that would be the Hope 2, I guess.
Don't let me...
Examine the head, yes, yes. Beautiful face. Nice neck, give him a kiss. Ooh, delicious. Give it a nice lick.
But why would someone
Make sure
kill him
you
in the most
get
heavily
flavor.
guarded part of the camp?
Why wouldn't you?
Several the murder. I can't... Whoever... He looks horribly rigid and contorted.
That's
Nothing
spasms.
straight from us.
Have spasms all the time. Like a
Completely
magnesium.
rigid. Ugh, I've heard it.
Did you see his
That'll have
ass?
to do. He threw up on himself. He had his shut war as red as a pop. I mustn't forget anything.
Okay, don't forget anything. Consider I'm fully checked. Oh, dude, what a beautiful full moon. BD Endeavor, Eshkide almost got you there. Why are you typing it all out instead of just keeping it together like it's his name? Dude, it was so close. I was so tempted to buy viewers at streamboo.com. I mean, how could you not with a sales pitch like that? On off. Dude, I'm gonna give him a seizure. Ah! Okay, I think that's enough. Actually, let's keep it on. Don't forget to remove spaces. I've never used the internet before. I think I keep the spaces. Pro trigger. Well, yeah. It's funnier when we don't give it a trigger warning because then you know somebody will be on the floor foaming at them. And then the people who don't appreciate that joke will be foaming at the mouth.
I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what...
I think Avatar: The Last Airbender might have made a joke about epileptics. I don't really know. There's like the Avatar shows up and the crowd goes wild, and you have one dude who just fucking collapses on the floor with foam around his mouth. I don't really know what it's trying to communicate, but I mean, looks funny.
Tom was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
He said death.
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes
Never seen
vomiting,
it before.
cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far.
It
in
is
the
the
book.
last. But I didn't get that far in the book. The book is a grand total of 10 pages, I think. By the way, he's supposed to be one of the smartest people around here. Like, maybe even in the kingdom. More read than anybody else, and he couldn't fucking finish a book in 10 pages.
If you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison?
Not only is he black, he's the only black guy around as far as I can tell. So they even gave him his own voice actor and accent. It'd be fucking funny though if they just gave him Henry's voice. Oh yeah, I'm fucking black now, ain't I?
Were there not more in the book?
It was definitely that poison.
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you.
I'm skeptical. We're fucking helping you out, man. Trust me. How would you not trust this face?
Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the 2 guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Captain,
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly you dealt with Mishek. Why would someone with your abilities want to enlist? I do not suspect you of Teritan's murder, of course. Do not worry. It is all strange, though.
What do you mean, what did I do to his face? He has a
People have
perfect
just
normal
been
face.
sitting around for months here.
Listen, he's just black. What do you...
And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is...
I might have modded the game a little. All for the better. This is now the enhanced edition.
and upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth.
He's about 500% more expressive. And that's what you need, you know, that's good acting. When you exaggerate everything, that's good acting. Like, never be subtle about anything. Always go full retard. That's what I learned. Oh, how did I double?
My friend, who are you? Really?
Are you testing me?
I'm not much of a fan of Sigismund. Mind your own business.
All right. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
The people who align with me politically could be smart. Oh, thank you, Stream Elements. That helps.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice.
Christ, his eyes.
Or do you think I long to spend half my life in some dirty tent?
I don't know your life. What happened between you and... Ooh.
How did you come to be in Sigismund's court?
That is a long story.
Wait, I think I've heard this
I
one.
once served Sultan Bayezid. Although the Osmans are not that welcoming to my people, the Sultan at the time received envoys from all over the world, so I was useful. But soon after, we found ourselves at war with Timur and his Golden Horde. Luckily, that is, luckily for me, it was around then that Sigismund's messenger came to see the Sultan. And I managed to persuade the Sultan to send me to Hungary as a goodwill gesture.
Why is
I
that
am
so
sure
good?
you
You just want to see the
understand
world?
that I did not want to wait for Timur's savages to cut my head off. But
Oh,
let
right,
us
going
just
to
say
war.
that King Sigismund did not show me the respect my position is worthy of.
Could put more than food with that nut. He could probably swallow another man like a snake. He just unhinges his jaw and just stuffs him in there. If the rest of his body also has 5% more animation, he could probably swell up enough to keep them in there. Not my fetish, but it probably good.
Instead of making me his counselor and physician,
Snake
he
man.
sent me here.
Would you like to join us?
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
A
I am
merry band
grateful
of
to
misfits.
you, my friend. But I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why?
Because you're big and smart. I sort of like these games that... How to put this? Actually gives you an extended sense of connection to the characters. So either by having a base of operations where people can go and then you keep going back to that place and interact with them, or having characters show up later. And this game has done a really good job of letting you meet characters after you've finished the quests. So there's sort of like an epilogue, but they don't make the epilogue come to you. You just stumble across them, which makes it feel like so much more organic. And I was so fucking grateful. It seems like I think it's a publisher issue. I don't think it's the developers who do this. I think it's the publishers who aren't willing to have moments, cutscenes, dialogue, any sort of extra content that's like possible to miss. When the possibility of missing it is sort of what gives it that spice. That's really unfortunate. What I'm trying to say is I wish I have a girlfriend with huge mouth that says, what, you want to be eaten? She could eat you ass first at that point. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Dixos has to do with it at that point. Again, we're talking about 5 times the average. If your dick's that big, it's not even a third leg, it's a second torso. And you know what? If that's true, good for you, buddy. I think you might be bedridden. I don't think you're leaving that place anytime soon. Okay. Then again, I wonder what sort of action you can pull off with that mouth. Do you think you can rotate it? Turn it into a drill?
Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it.
Cowards tend to live longer.
I would be very happy to get away from here, and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know
Okay, good luck.
nothing. I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I
Let
better
me
go
turn the
and
torture
search
so
the
nobody
tent.
sees us.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
Oh, that's a mistake. Okay, to make sure nobody sees us. Jesus Christ, it gets really dark without the torch. Okay. Okay, search all the tents. Every tent known to man. I transformed my dog into a wolf, by the way, which you'd think would set off some alarms, but apparently not. Oh, search Moose's tent. Okay, I have to search everyone's. I think they might have blocked off this gate too this time.
Beautiful, but empty. No poison.
Very expensive though. Tempted to take it, but I don't know how the AI works in this
I
area.
wouldn't mind a piece of that.
Why is Henry talking like he's planning on fucking it? Oh, I like a piece of that.
For pain, exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies.
How do you know? Oh! Rug? Is it facing Mecca?
There's nothing here. Moose is definitely not to blame.
I mean, he says it with a lot of certainty, but he is the dude with all the chemical components to make the poisons. Well, most poisons, maybe not that one. Hello, Stephen. Fancy place you got there.
Is
Whoa.
that blood? No, piss. Ugh. Filthy pig.
Oh, Jesus. Or is he pissing blood?
The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses?
Maybe to cover the scent of piss?
Oak. And dry as a bone.
Man, it'd be a real shame if somebody took a torch to this place. Actually, how often did shit like that happen? Like, there's a lot of wood around here. If it was particularly windy one day, if you set fire to like a single one of these things, it could really set the town on fire.
Nails? Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death.
E. Oh. Damn it, Henry's smarter than me. Adalbert and Random. Should I talk to this goofy goober? Is just gonna... No, I'm asleep.
I'd like to ask a couple of questions about Chertan's murder.
I have a couple of questions of my own. What actually happened? Kat said Chertan is dead and Musa's locked up.
It's even more complicated than that.
Oh, don't get me
But
started.
I don't have time to explain it to you now. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it. I don't want anyone to know about it.
They might think I'm the murderer. Start with the most suspicious
I
question.
found this dagger close to the place where Chertan was stabbed. Do you have any idea who it might belong to?
No, afraid not. Half the camp has one like that.
What about the other half?
Where were you when Chertan was poisoned?
Where do you think? In my tent. After I helped take him to the infirmary with Musa, I went my own way.
Well, you just went off to have a nap.
No, I doubled the guard, drew up the orders for tomorrow, and made sure nobody was allowed to leave the camp. When something like this happens, people like me have lots to do all of a sudden.
It was you who came to tell us that Chertan had been stabbed, wasn't it? How did you get involved in the first place?
Me? I was close by, that's all. My tent is right below the palisade. And when the two guards found Chertan, they ran to get me.
Hold on. The two guards said otherwise. They said they found Chertan and were discussing what to do when you turned up. By yourself.
Is that what they said? It's possible. I can't remember now. It all happened so fast. And anyway, how am I supposed to remember all this shit? Maybe I heard them and went to see what was going on.
Why not tell the truth?
Are you sure you don't want to tell me what really happened?
All right. You want the truth, so I'll tell you the truth. In fact, I really was up top. It's because I had to keep an eye on you.
Me? Why, for Christ's sake?
You really don't know? You may have been given our colours, but you're
I'm too
still a
suspicious.
stranger. I didn't want you running around unsupervised. But it seems you're a decent fella, so don't fuck it up now. Aye, but now I'll ask you something. Who do you think did it?
I mean, Grozov, 100%.
From what I've heard, it's pretty clear who did it. Someone who has access to the commander's tents up top, who could use the coin he'd get for the black powder, and who couldn't stand the sight of Chertan. But saying that name out loud is pretty dangerous.
Dangerous as fuck, Henry. You'd better be careful who you take that accusation to.
Well, you think I'm mistaken?
I'm not saying that. I'm just advising you to be careful.
Yep.
Tell me more about the storage space.
What about it? There's a cannon and some powder there. We built it a few days after we arrived because it's a good idea to keep that kind of stuff safe. If it blew up, the whole place would be blown to smithereens. And if someone didn't happen to set fire to it, someone else might have robbed it. Folk are like magpies.
Oh, except for you, the crow.
Very droll. Never heard that one before.
Fucking dad jokes.
Who has the key to the ammunition store?
I don't know. Cats and Groz have for sure, but I've no idea if anyone else has a key. I'm too small fry for that.
Doesn't really matter though, since somebody picked the lock.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about Chertan's murder.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it's just that I found a couple of interesting things in your tent. Isn't there something you should tell me?
No, and get off my back.
Come on.
Calm down. If I wanted to snitch on you, I'd go straight to Katz without bothering to ask you any questions.
Well, let's say you might have a point. What was it you said?
You know something about the murder, don't you?
Maybe a little, but I don't want word to get out, all right?
Why would anyone kill Chertan anyway?
Maybe it wasn't about Chertan. Maybe someone wanted to do something in the ammunition store, but Chertan turned up, so he had to kill him.
In the ammunition store? What would anyone be doing there?
That's what I was
Trying
thinking.
to blow it sky high.
What? What good would that do anyone?
It might make him very rich. Let's say Sigismund has a lot of enemies who are planning something big. It'll start in Italy, I hear, and it'd come in very handy if someone gave the king a setback before that. He'd lose allies there, and here his camp goes to shit. There's sure to be dozens of saboteurs.
You mod the NPC to why the naked guy looks like Borat. Because, okay, half the camp is Turkish. The Turks love their thick, bushy mustaches, okay? I also don't think Turkey is too far from Kazakhstan. Like, it's not right up against it, but it's sort of like, you know, one or two countries apart, basically. What do you got against the mustache? It's a fine mustache. Some people have them. What? Why you gotta be like this? If anything, make fun of the haircut. Look at this. This is classic peasant haircuts. This is the sort of shit you give your kids when they're too young to know how stupid they are.
All over the empire, just like the one here.
I wish I could add him to my crew. Sigismund needs to go down. He's a very bad guy.
I should probably report you. I've got a much better idea. Let's say I'm not a great supporter of Sigismund. What if we were to help each other out?
Uh-oh,
That
sexy
doesn't
Borat.
sound bad. Let me finish my work. We can put the blame for Chertan's murder on Grozav. I can't stand that fucker anyway.
What, accusing an innocent man? But he'll be executed.
Better him than me.
Yeah, that's true.
So, can we make a deal?
We should.
But there's one condition. The storeroom doesn't blow up until we set off for Sedlets. I need that cannon of yours.
Ah, so that's why you're here. All right, I can arrange that. I'll prepare a long fuse and light it just before departure. With a bit of luck, we'll be long gone when it blows up. But first, we have to get rid of Grozav. I have a poisonous plant here. Put it in the chest in his tent, and at the trial, we'll say he used it to poison Chertan.
All right. Give it here. I'll take care of it.
I can't wait to see that stuck-up idiot Grozav in
Oh,
irons.
yes. I don't know why I'm excited. Too many of these missions, I haven't had, like, a vested interest in the outcome. So I just pull this Sherlock Holmes shit where I just solve the mystery, no matter what it is, as neutrally as possible. Now I'm like, no, I'm gonna fuck shit up at the camp. I gotta make sure this place burns down. And I take down as many of the captains as I can with me. I don't want to say with me. I'm not going to be on the camp when it blows up. Sadly, for today's standards, that's actually a sick character. You know what's even sadder? It's not too far off from what my hair looks like. I've shaved the sides, but I'm trying to pull the hair back so I don't look like that. But whenever my niece fucks with my hair and lets it just hang down, I look like a peasant. I look like... Have you seen I Am Sam? It's a movie about the literal return. What's it called? A person with a learning deficiency. I'd fit right in, I'm sad to say. The worst part is that this was my choice. I could have had something else. I'm just hoping it grows long enough so it ties back nice and clean and doesn't look awful. I make no guarantees though, and I'll just look like shit in me. Belladonna. What are you... Dog, please. Oh yeah, the fact that I have a wolf but he still barks like a dog. So what do you think about the broccoli haircut? Where it's basically the same shit, but the hair's all curly, so... Well, you know, broccoli.
Just a broom.
It must have been the murder weapon!
Ugh, stinks of vomit.
I fucking hate medieval standards. It's like people walk barefoot in the street and step in horse shit and vomit everywhere. People were literally throwing buckets of their own shit just out the window. Why did nobody go like, how about we just stop this as soon as possible? Not even because of germ theory, but just because it's fucking gross. Throw your shit like literally anywhere else. Surely they had like some prototype for a sewage system where you know how you have a trash man these days, right? Instead of trash man, you just had some dude with a wagon who literally collected the buckets of shit and threw it out of town. Just that as a minimum. I haven't heard anything about that. It's just, nope. All the gross shit right in the street. Well, actually, some of the grossest stuff like cadavers, they actually threw out of town. But still. Ooh. Oh?
No, I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to.
What's that supposed to mean? Okay, there should still be one more thing for me to investigate. What is it? Nope, apparently none of this. What? Rob? Nope, don't want that. Dog, don't jam your head through the wall. Apparently there's something I'm missing. Do you really have to lockpick? I guess so. Oh, shit.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Stealing almost always backfires in this camp. Fuck it, I need to quick save. And hope nobody will notice. Why do I have to travel this far? Gentlemen, remember me? Soldier A and Soldier B.
He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times. Oh, that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make Dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with Kiss of Death. Or was he?
He was. Let's see. I hope this is the chest I need to put the evidence in. Hopefully doesn't notice. Materials. One belladonna. Yes! Okay, good. Nice brigandine, asshole. This is some Machiavellian shit. Wait, is that really all I had to investigate here? Well, let's see if I can't piss this dude off. Force him to try
We
to kill me.
talk about Chertan's murder.
Why? Musa is under lock and key, and the king's deputy himself is coming for him. Leave me here.
Have you ever been so lazy you don't ever bother masturbating and just let somebody else come for you?
Peace. or you might end up like him.
But, sir, we both know whatever happened with the poison wine, Musa can't have stabbed Chertan. I want to find out who else is involved in this. After all, you too could be in danger till this is all cleared up. I just have a couple of questions. I won't keep you long. You'll see.
Oh, get on with it then,
much of a good
for
guy.
fuck's sake. But if you think you...
What I said make perfect sense, okay? Have you ever been so lazy you didn't bother orgasming yourself? You just let somebody else come for you? Listen, he just said the Popo might come for him.
can persuade me to let Musa go, you're out of luck.
Whoa, that's a wall of text. Do you
I
recognize
found this
dagger?
dagger close to the place where Chertan was stabbed. Have you seen it before?
All the time. Every other soldier in this camp has one like that.
Myself
You too,
included.
then?
I'm not every other soldier, you ill-mannered cur.
Oh. You should maybe not bring it up, but I've saved.
How come you got to the site of the stabbing so quickly?
My tent is right next to it, you rat-faced half-wit. I heard Chertan yelling and I went to take a look.
Did you notice anything strange?
Like what, a stabbed man?
Seen someone? Might have heard something.
Well, didn't you hear anything, if your tent is so close by? Maybe Chertan was talking to someone there.
I'm a nobleman.
I do not need sex. I'm abstaining. I'm a good Christian boy. I don't touch my pee-pee. And I'm not saving my ass for God or whatever the hell those wackadoodle... What they called again? Not Christian. Fucking Catholics. Apparently that's the thing in America. Where it says, like... Listen. I'm saving my front for marriage, but the butt is apparently okay. Apparently that's some logic that people are using.
Not some prying old crone who listens at doors. What's more, you,
course you
Cats and Musa were making such a racket that it's a miracle we even found Chertan.
Listen. Katz was telling a very funny story about shouting up a dragon's asshole, okay?
Is there anything else?
So it was fully
Or can I
justified.
have some peace at last?
Why does everybody in this game have to be fucking ripped? Okay, maybe fucking ripped is a little too far, but this is pretty good physique. My pecs aren't there yet. I've reached the age where my pecs start sagging. This is disappointing.
Were you there when Chertan was poisoned?
No, not at that moment. When I arrived, Chertan was already dead, and Musa was standing over him, white as a sheet.
The black man was white as a sheet.
Well, paler than usual.
There you go. Had Chertan been behaving strangely recently?
Had Chertan been behaving strangely recently?
No more than usual.
Did he mention having any conflicts with anyone?
Apart from me, you mean? I don't know how you imagine it, but we don't exactly go round holding hands here.
That's disappointing. I feel like that's how most military camps should be. Everybody just holding hands, being excessively supportive of each other. Like, oh, man, can't believe I missed that shot yesterday. It's like, oh, honey, it's fine. You're still learning. You'll get there eventually. Just extremely supportive soldiers. Oh, have you seen, what was it called again? Band of Brothers? The structure of that series is really weird because you're just going from battle to battle constantly. And it's like whatever the fuck happens, happens. So it's like an accurate retelling of the events that occurred during the war. But you still get like attached to the characters. But people are also like dying left, right, and center, so you don't really know who the hell will be around by the end of the show. Really good. What's wrong with shredded man? Piqued your interest, you gay? Yes. I just want a big oily man I can rub my hands all over. I think I'm describing bodybuilder competitions. That's a lot of oiled man. By the way, dude, have you seen some of the data on, how do I put this? Which type of man people find attractive? And men always find like the most hyper masculine men attractive, but women don't actually. Like, they don't necessarily like them shredded, they like them like bulky. So like, they basically want dad bods on average. But so many men are like, no, I gotta be fucking, like, I gotta fucking destroy myself getting this body. Like, 2% body fat, like you're a fucking carton of milk. And then just, like, biceps bigger than your head. And then it turns out, like, a lot of women aren't even interested in that shit. How fucking disappointing would that be after, like, all that effort? Like, that's body dysmorphia. Like, so many people aren't even, like, actually doing it to attract women because they don't even know what attracts women. They're doing it because they feel pressured to. And they don't know what the fuck they see with a look at the mirror. Do you know anyone who might be a thief?
I took a look at the powder store where they found Chertan. I noticed it was unlocked. Someone forced the lock and moved the barrels of powder around.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it almost looks like someone went there to steal. Do you have any idea who it might have been?
What the fuck are you trying to suggest?
Ooh.
I hear you like a game of dice. That must be good for morale. A commander who hangs out with common soldiers.
Oh yeah. God damn it. Okay, so the red pill community or the manosphere or whatever, they also like really fetishize masculinity a lot. But like the people who fetishize masculinity the most is gay people, like not even women. So I just find that Venn diagram to be very funny. Like, who the people who are trying to attract men, sorry, who are trying to attract women are actually attracting. It's mostly other men and especially gay men. This is very funny. Okay. No, they're not even asking gay people. They're asking like women. Well, and men. But they... Wait. Maybe I need to make this clearer. They like take various pictures. Like the thing, one I saw is that they have two people like side by side with different body types, and then they ask men and women like which one they prefer. And women prefer basically the fatter guy, whereas the dudes like want the dude who's like totally fucking shredded. And somebody pointed something else out, which is like when you look at magazine covers for what is his name? Wolverine. He has a real name. I just can't remember it. But anyway, the actor, like for the men's magazines, you have him fucking there with the clothes out, fucking shredded, like fucking yelling into the camera. And then in the women's magazine, he's like slimmed down, wearing lavender, and just like giving the camera a cheeky smile. It's like, it's... Women don't actually want as much masculinity as much as men are telling other men that women want. But then there's also the fucking data on Hugh Jackman, yes. Sorry. Or as I know him, Hugh Jackman. Dude's big. But because of other statistics, a lot of people get very what do you call, like, superstitious, where there's like statistics from dating apps and shit like that, but the conversation quickly gets weird because of how people have a lack of insight as to what they want. So this kind of like self-reporting data isn't necessarily very reliable. But if you can't rely on that data, you mostly can't rely on people's opinions on what people aren't even saying. Like, people just make up their mind on what they think others want a lot of the time, which is what the manosphere tends to do all the time. Like, they're the ones telling people to basically become a trophy husband, which I find pretty funny, because that generally doesn't work. Well, not for happiness. You'll find a woman, but you might not like the kind of woman you get. But then there's like this other weird piece of... Jesus Christ, I just noticed his face. One of the things that I find most fascinating is how much success Indian arranged marriages apparently are, where parents have a better understanding of who makes a good match for their kid than their own kid, which lends itself to the narrative that people don't really understand what they want. And this, I think, bleeds over to the dating apps, where people just type in like the most obvious shit, where like women say that like every woman wants a man taller than them, and then they just type in like fucking 6'4" or whatever. But even though they like might want that, they don't understand like how much of an exception they're willing to make if they meet somebody who, for example, can make them laugh, which is something that never gets addressed. Like, weirdly enough, people like laughing, and that's never like advice that's given to people. Like, try to be funny, try to make people feel relaxed. If people are comfortable around you, that's like the first step to any relationship, including sexual ones, and it just like gets ignored is what it feels like. Like, that is like the most primary element to what people consider charisma to be, is like this element of humor, and it gets ignored. How long have I been talking about this? It must be this fucking Giga Chad mewing face. Anyway.
But I'm sure you don't play for money, do you? Losing to yokels wouldn't look good, I reckon.
You know about that, do you? All right. I like to gamble now and again. And it's true, I don't have much luck. But stealing, I'm a nobleman. Just because I had to sell off a few pieces of land, everyone at court treats me like a leper all of a sudden.
It's because I had to sell a few pieces of land. Could you imagine typing that shit in on Twitter? You got so much support from the lower and middle class. Like, oh, dude, I feel you. I hate it when I have to sell all my land.
So why would Sigismund put you in charge of the camp?
As punishment. Stuck here with all this riffraff, supplies running thin, pay nowhere to be seen, and to cap it all, it's dull as fuck. A nice recipe for trouble. And that's just what that royal...
That would explain why people in this camp keep trying to stab each other. Yeah, there you go. So it's just kind of weird to me how little insight people have into what motivates themselves and what they actually want. And I don't know if that's the sort of thing that should be like expected to be solved by the parents, because I think it can be taught. A lot of psychology revolves around like understanding people's behaviors and motivations, and that will include their own. So it's sort of disappointing that that is a subject that doesn't get taught like at all. I think, what do you call them, like sociology classes is like the closest thing you get, but it doesn't go deep enough, and it's just so weird because everybody has to raise the kid. Like, at the school, at home, if you ever meet a kid, like, you're going to have an impact on them, and you're going to, like, as much as people try not to, and better make sure it's for the better. But then there's, like, no behavioral modifications class. I don't know what the fuck they call it. Child raising class. That's what they should call it. But it gets confusing because then it sounds like you're teaching the kids to raise other kids, which isn't really the point. But again, like, there should be an official subject at school for like general behavior, because the teachers are taught to like make sure that the kids behave a certain way to a certain degree. But then it seems like they also draw the line short where a lot of misbehaviors arise, but the teacher aren't allowed to do anything about it, and that's weird to me. Anyway, I'm being pestered on Discord. That was me. It's just Isaac letting me know he'll be around. We'll see what happens. We started playing Space Marine. And as per usual, the Warhammer setting is always fucking great aesthetically. And it has just like a cool vibe. But then the games are always so stiff. It's always like lacking something. Like, they're just not polished enough. But we're still having fun. Here's the entire campaign.
Our son is counting on. Oh, he can't wait till something goes wrong here so he can blame me for it.
So, you don't know anything about the black powder?
Nothing. And you don't know anything about me, got that? One word and you'll be sorry.
You suspect anyone? I found this promissory note. Ooh. Again, I'm unsure if I should bring it up, especially after going through this much dialogue, but I can just skip through it quick, or I can just end dialogue and save, I guess?
Do you know anyone who might want to kill Cherton?
Who wouldn't? He was a smug, ill-mannered bastard. Though I have to admit, I'm surprised it was the Sawbones Musa who killed him.
Well, how could he have? He was with me and Katz when Cherton was stabbed.
So he was in league with someone. How do I know?
Okay, let me just...
I found a paper signed by you in Cherton's tent. It says you owe him money.
What? Give it here.
You can
How
take
did I
it.
get?
I've got it memorized anyway.
Then I'd advise you to forget it again, and sharpish.
Is that why you were always quarreling? Over money?
There is no deed of debt. Got that, you little rat? If you say a word of this to anyone, I'll have you skinned alive.
Why would I give it... I need that... That's evidence! Why would you give it away? Just tell him I... Oh, fuck's sake. Okay, I'm loading. Could you imagine doing this in real life? Like, you confront one of the persons of interest about the evidence, and then you just give them the evidence? Like, ooh, we got you now, look at what I have here. What kind of idiot? Like, we know about all the cocaine you sold. Here it is. Go ahead, take it. It's yours. I don't even need it. We got so much evidence. Okay. Prepare to defend Musa at the trial. 2 days? What the fuck am I supposed to do in 2 days? Who's Kevin? I don't fucking know. This was... I've been mostly talking to Franco, who I still can't get to show up on the fucking multi-chat. It's so fucking annoying. Like, all these different, I don't know what do you call them, apps and add-ons, like they're incompatible with each other, so I always have to like sacrifice one thing for another. Yeah, but you need to move over to YouTube, the real platform. Obviously. I don't have anybody the game's telling me to talk to, so I don't know how to initiate the next part. But at least I've saved. Okay, you know what? Yes, save your snaps. Let's go! For victory, alternatively. Okay, but Ginny, I think Skyers love you because he talks so much. What else are you supposed to do in a stream? You think you tell me I should just like sit there and be quiet? Where's the old one? Old what? Which one? When are you seeing me just looking until I arrive? Mud. Wait. Okay, I need to find cats. Like, not the animal. Oh, there he is. Dietrich. Hello, you schmexy bastard. I guess I am. It's weird that they don't label him for the quest.
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
That fast?
It has been a while. Frankie, where have you been? You and me has always been hiding in the shadows, like, all the time. And then she fades into the shadows as quickly as she arrives. It's really annoying. Something like, we're like in the middle of the conversation and sometimes she just disappears. Fucking social skills off the charts. Like, doesn't even fucking say bye. Just fucking sitting here talking to myself, looking like an asshole all the time. Anyway, speaking of asshole.
You're yanking my pizzle. Go and find some more evidence. So Stibor hasn't arrived yet in any case.
Find some more evidence. I don't think there is any. I literally don't know what to do. Am I supposed to just lie in my bed until the trial? Do I have to simulate depression? Hey! Has that been working out? Fucking fixing your sleep schedule is a bitch. Especially because you pretty much have to push it backwards. If you push it forwards, you get momentum. I look like a hobo with current eye bags. Bro, you should see my scraggly ass beard. Like, my fucking beard is so bad. Like, none of it grows in my face. It's all on my neck. Which, of course, is what the manliest man looks like. It's called the element of surprising and jumps in better if I skip the buys. No, you can't. You need to skip the hellos if you want to be surprising. Like, while I'm pissing, you're just like, hey, that's a nice penis you got there. That's how you surprise somebody. You don't say like, hey, that's a nice penis you got there, and then like drift into the background. I mean, that will generate a general sense of unease. Since I have no idea if you're gonna be doing some weird shit. Life hack, did you know you can shave it? No way, you can! You know you can just sleep on your poster, right? There's my advice for a life hack. I've actually managed to fix my own sleep schedule, mostly. Wait, can I actually say that? Give me a second. Because I'm waking up in the morning, but it fluctuates pretty badly depending on how little of a shit I give. I've woken up anywhere from 5 a.m. to like 12 p.m. It would be 12 a.m. How the... I never... Fuck, I always mess that shit up. So like with that kind of fluctuation, can I say I fixed my schedule because I at least wake up in the morning? You know what? I will. Fuck it. Okay. Sleep. They actually let me do that at least. AM, PM, you're American? Well, I don't talk like a fucking soldier where I say 1234 or fucking... You are American, fuck you. Oops, I'm starving Henry. Hey, I'm a pacifist now. We're pretending like I didn't kill anyone. That's great. Oh yeah, eat the honey. Amazing. Have some wine. Or meat? Ooh, that's not so bad. I become the drinking master! The moment we've all been waiting for. Okay, so now there's finally a trial. The game was being really weird about time earlier. I tried waiting and the game told you, no, 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 you don't want to do that. Trust me. But then I can still go to sleep. I can put the torch away. Why do they have this Eastern music?
Grozov will have definitely sent a report to Sedlets by now.
Christ.
I should hurry.
5 a.m. sleep? You mean sleep till 5 a.m. or do you mean you're going to sleep then? Like, to me it usually feels good to go to bed an hour later than I generally do. But then it's hard to wake up. But I feel like I sleep, like actually fall asleep faster and feel more regenerated. But fucking the entire... It's hard to leave bed when you don't have a reason to, I gotta be honest. Do y'all girt this thing where? What the fuck are you saying, Yulia? Right before you almost kind of fall asleep? Because I think I've said this before. Yes! Okay. I do have that because I'm really sensitive. Like, I have to lie on my side or my stomach because if my jaw goes slack and my mouth opens as a result, I jolt awake. That's like all it takes. But like, also, sometimes I have dreams where like I imagine a spider biting me, and yes, then I jolt awake. Oh yeah, fucking up. I had a nightmare that was a fucking insane assault on the senses. Like, the context was really weird. I think I was in some sort of fucking Minecraft world. I reached for a brick and a fucking demon just like grabbed my hand. And it scared me so much that even though my eyes were closed, I was seeing white and dots. My ears were ringing. I think I tasted blood in my mouth. Like, my fingers were tingling. That shit was nuts. I don't think that's a good symptom. Nightmare of wasps. Classic. Yeah, but isn't it like what you're thinking of or what the dreams are that's making you jolt? Like for me, it's like the physicality of my jaw falling. That's like the most obvious issue for me. Tinnitus plus hallucination plus horror movie vibes. I've thankfully never had sleep paralysis. But if I did, I like to imagine my sleep paralysis demon looking like you. Where's blood coming from? Yours weird. No, what the fuck? I never said there was blood. I just said I tasted it, okay? There's a subtle difference that you probably don't care about, but it's there. But I've heard that if you want to avoid sleep paralysis, you should not be sleeping on your back. So that might be part of why I don't have it, because I just don't do that shit. I've heard that what causes... Like, what people call the paralysis demon is usually just like shadows across their field of vision. And I think that's what happens if you just keep your eyes open for too long. And I think I think you don't blink when you're in sleep paralysis. So I think because you're just staring into space, your eyes dry out and then you start seeing weird shit. I think that's what's happening. But hey, that's the theory. I hate stomach sleeping. It is incredibly awkward to sleep on your stomach. That's where body pillows come in, okay? You don't, it's not obligatory to have a fucking underage character glued to your pillow, okay? That's for the freaks. But a body pillow does make it easier. I just use my normal pillow, but I do support my Jesus Christ, my shoulder on it, which helps a lot. Because otherwise, your face is just rubbing and being shoved into the sheets. It's not the most comfortable. It's pretty bad. Also, here a lot of people have issues with digestion if they sleep on their stomach, but nah, no. I hope you get to experience it at least once, preferably more. Oh, invitation to heart attack? Kind of, not really. They say that it feels like somebody's sitting on your chest. So chest tightness, I guess? The best is right side sleeping. Fuck those left side sleepers, am I right? Why are you literally picking sides? This is stupid. But yeah, I'm also curious. Franco, do you have any experience with this shit? Do you just... Oh my god, somebody's messaging me and I can't be bothered to check. Should probably just mute it though. There we go. Nope. No sounds, no notifications. I say I don't bother checking and then I actually check. What is wrong with me? Read us the messages. Yes, I'll read you my family text. Just got back from the time. Why are you pulling on you or me? I just like, well, I guess you want to keep the shit private. It's just like, hey guys, I need to go shut. Not you being private about your drama. What the fuck? What are you even talking about? But yeah, the experience I was asking about was sleep. Do you have sleep paralysis, demons? Do you have reasons for trouble sleeping? Are you haunted by thoughts? Embarrassing experiences. Apparently that affects some people. Ah, fuck. I might just be a big beanie. Yeah, of course. Fucking read me your private messages. Open your fucking phone. Go to whatever messaging app you're using. Read them all to me. WhatsApp, Face Chat, Chat Face, Book Chat, TikTok. I don't fucking know. Okay, you know what? Since you would gladly, I'll gladly wait. Go ahead. Let me know who the people are. 2 a.m. thoughts keeping me awake. I hope you misspelled that. I hope it's not fucking Twitch thoughts playing in the background, or do you mean your neighbors to Twitch thoughts? I mean, you didn't specify Twitch, but still. I suddenly get no private messages. What do you call those? Obviously, your turn. You get no private messages? Huh. Wow, that's simple, huh? Okay, my dad's talking about how he's disowning me because I've been such a disappointment lately. How about you? What's your family life like? I think waiting for replies makes this more awkward. Spell thoughts that way. That's what I assumed. And I mean, who wouldn't disown me? You're the type of dude to get married just to disown somebody. Wait. How does disownment actually work? Isn't it like supposed to be a legal term where like you now have no right to the inheritance or something? By the way, Franco, I have the same issue, and I wish I had a doctor who could explain the problem to me. But I feel like I just can't turn my brain off, and that's sort of a requirement to falling asleep. But every sleep expert that I've gone to is just like, yeah, there's nothing you can do about that. So what the fuck? How is this fair? I go to my bed, and it takes like between 1 and 2 hours for me to fall asleep. But I've been to my friends' houses, we've had sleepovers, and it takes them like literally 5 minutes. What the fuck? That sounds like a cheat. How does that work? You need pills or better? Fucking, what's better? Become a sleep doctor? How was that supposed to make me sleep better? Fix yourself. Maybe I will. I don't... The problem with pills is that a lot of them have too many downsides. Like, there have been pills that I've taken for sleep, and they do let me fall asleep faster, which is good. But then I'm more sleepy when I wake up, which completely fucking defeats the purpose. My problem isn't actually the lack of sleep. My actual problem is that I fucking feel tired all the goddamn time because of it. And I would probably remove your ADHD. What, becoming a sleep doctor? Say no to pills? No. Just don't say yes to every pill. Don't say no to the right ones. If they can help you, that's not gonna... The classic sheep counting? I've tried. You know what happens? No, it wouldn't. I've done it. What happens is I count the sheep, but then the sheep counting disappears into the background, and then I'm thinking about something else. I just have more thoughts now. One of them is counting sheeps, which I return to on occasion. It's like, oh, okay, I'm at 225. and then I go back to the other thoughts. So I'm just running trains of thought in parallel. This also happens when I'm working out. Like, I realize, like, I'm just counting on autopilot. Say no to the right ones, too. They're just placebo. A wolf eats my sheep. You have nightmares before you even fall asleep, you and me. I think that's some real issues. You might want to talk to a therapist. You count what? Working out? Yeah. What? How do you think you fucking do workouts? Do you think you're just like, okay, I think I'm done now? Like, no, you're like 1 rep, 2 rep, 3 rep. That's why people look like they're shitting themselves, because they're doing their final repetition. Like, okay, 100th push-up. Dude, have you seen gym faces? I think you can find that shit immediately on Google. It's some of the funniest shit. Like, this has also happened to me. Have you ever tried doing, what do you call them? Like neck crunches, I think it is. Like, if you grab a weight and you tried like lifting your shoulder, or just like lifting an extremely heavy weight while lifting your shoulder. I don't know what the fuck this is, but it keeps pulling my lip up. I don't know how these muscles are connected, but it looks like I'm doing a fucking Elvis impression, and apparently this happens to most people. It looks fucking weird. So faces in the gym are just fan-fucking-tastic. Like, I don't think most people would appreciate it, but you could go in there just start looking at people, and it'd be fairly entertaining. Oh yeah, I think one of the funniest clips, you might have seen this, is some dude who's just trying to use these, like, what are they called? Like workout bands? It's just like rubber bands, but he's like attached it to the machinery. And he's attached it to his arms and legs, so it looks like he's hooked up to a torture device. And then he's just slingshotting himself back and forth in the fucking gym while screaming. It's some of the most fucking retarded shit I've seen. But that is not too far off of an example of how some noobs operate in the gym. And people who have no idea what the fuck they're doing in the gym and are too embarrassed to ask is some of the best shit, because sometimes they just guess wrong and use some of the machines so gloriously wrong. You don't want to interrupt, but they might hurt themselves. You fucking have to. Those poor people. I think some... Why do I keep calling them machines? Isn't there a better word for them? Anyway, I think some of those might qualify as torture devices if you start using them wrong. Whoa. Wasn't I just about to talk to him? Didn't I talk to him? What is happening? Okay. No, ready for the trial. Get ready.
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
My word, you're bristling with confidence. We still have some time, so calm down, or you'll give yourself a fit.
Yeah. Similar to Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Skyrim, there are a lot of recurring voices in these games. But it's sort of funny how different the accents are, even when they're coming from the same region. Like, most of the characters are supposed to be Czech, but Henry, like, it just sounds like it's straight from London to me. Not that I'm an expert on dialects. And then this dude just sounds American. He's on the wrong side of the ocean. This doesn't make any fucking sense. But they can pick whoever they want.
In the meantime, I'll go and get everything ready.
Oh yeah, what the fuck are these symbols called? Are these the fleur-de-lis? I'm just looking on my ass, aren't they? I think they're like a French symbol. I think it's supposed to represent like a flower. I really like it. the quest log is lying. They said
Well
in 2
then,
days, and it's only been 1.
I understood from your letter roughly what happened, and I trust we can settle the matter quickly and quietly. But before we get started,
Hey, Franco, look, another fucking mustache.
I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper military camp. Everything here is as it should be.
Only
Including
your
the corpse.
soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
To be fair, a lot more people seems to have died here other than that dude. It's just that most of them are soldiers who get on each other's nerves and they got no other outlet other than stabbing each other.
There are always problems, but as you can see, I can deal with them. We caught Moose
I swear to God, it looks like somebody stole this dude's mustache. Like his is missing, and everybody else has theirs.
of Marley in the act. You just need to pronounce judgment.
Musa is innocent.
Christ, Henry, be quiet.
And who might you be?
That is Henry, sir. One of my best soldiers.
That's Mario mustache. Ah! Is this what's called like a full handlebar? He looks like a fucking sheriff. Mario's mustache is fucking insane. Like, nobody has a mustache as upturned as Mario's. I wish somebody would show up with Wario's, though. The fucking scraggly Thunderbolt is nuts. Wait, wait. Does Wario even have a mustache, or is it just nose hair?
He just doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut.
I like how I'm his best soldier. I joined yesterday. What the fuck does that say about this camp?
Let him speak then. I'm sure he has something very important to tell us. Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Couldn't have done it. Ooh. I mean, all of these are true, but...
Well, that's simple, sir. Musa was with me and Commander Katz at the time when Chertan was stabbed.
That doesn't prove anything.
Do you think I stabbed him? From afar?
Musa of Mali will remain silent until I personally ask him a question.
Cats and the...
What do you mean? My character looks fine. That's Pedro Pascal. Ah, of course! You can tell from his acting.
boy were drunk. Musa could easily have disappeared for a while. Nobody would have noticed.
Where's the fucking gif of him going from happy to sad? You really think he's that bad? I think he's okay. I'm just annoyed because in The Last of Us, the acting in the game was really good. Troy Baker was really good. I was just hoping to see Troy Baker on screen for once. But no. That's a big Pedro. I prefer Troy.
It's dim in the dark anyway.
I find that hard to believe. But if it wasn't Musa, who did kill Chertan?
Oh, here we go. Let's fucking go.
Chertan was killed by the camp commander, Grozav of Boromlaka.
What?
You scum! How dare you!
Silence!
You aren't gonna let this peasant insult me, are you, sir? You should cut him down to size.
That can wait. First, I want to know how he came up with this insolent claim. And start at the beginning. What happened that night by the powder store, by your reckoning?
Ooh. Yes, that one.
So Grozav owed Chertan a lot of money, but he didn't want to pay up. So he got rid of him.
How dare you?
Brother even pick him MCU pick him as Mr. Fantastic. Wait, have they released another Fantastic Four movie? I'm not sure I like Pedro's tits as much, though. Is she everywhere? Wait, okay. I saw her in Euphoria, and I saw her in White Lotus. I can't think of anything else. And Pedro Pascal, I've seen in Game of Thrones. I saw him in Mandalorian, but he was wearing a helmet most of the goddamn time. And then now in this one, is he really, like, are they really everywhere? Oh, I think it's sort of like how, what's his name? Bryan Cranston seemed to show up everywhere for people. Well, not quite, but since he did such a good job in Breaking Bad, people started noticing him in other places, and I did too. And it was really weird seeing, like, after seeing him in Breaking Bad, I started watching old movies, for example, like Saving Private Ryan, and he's fucking there. There's so many people in Saving Private Ryan before they were famous. It's fucking nuts. Fucking Vin Diesel's in there. I was like, what the fuck? I don't remember this shit at all. Okay, but outside of the shows that I mentioned, have you actually seen them somewhere else? Sorry, wait. Oh, what the fuck is her name? Really famous actor, won tons of awards. She's really old at this point. Maybe in her 60s? God damn it, I wish I remember her name, because she actually is, like, fucking everywhere. Must just be like the most famous actress, and I literally can't remember her name. No, don't list new people. I don't care. Oh, there she is, Sydney Sweeney. Okay, well, that train of thought isn't worth. Yeah, Vin Diesel's in Saving Private Ryan. It's funny because I'm pretty sure I saw that movie before I saw any of the movies that Vin Diesel is famous for. It's kind of funny if you go back and watch old movies or series even, because a lot of the time you'll see people before they were famous have like really shitty roles. It's especially funny when there are people that are like really, really big these days, and then they have like a 5-minute role where they just get their ass beaten and then killed at the end, and they're never seen again. It seems like so insulting, but hey, some people have to start somewhere. It's just funny how, you know, how well they utilized the talent. They clearly saw a diamond in the rough and took advantage. But as funny as that is, nothing's going to beat Sean Bean's history of dying in almost every fucking role he has. Like, me and a friend of mine joked about how it'd be really funny if you just took a character in some of the movies that we watched where they die, and just like for the one scene where they do die, it's just like, fuck it, and use Sean Bean instead. So this is a completely different character, just so Sean Bean can really go for the world record and never be beat.
Are you trying to tell us you are not in debt, Sir Grossoff?
Surely you'll believe a nobleman, sir. Does this boy have any proof?
I do. I found a promissory note.
Chertan had a letter of debt hidden in his chest. It says Sir Grozav owes him a fortune.
You've been rifling through that poor man's things? What else did you steal? I'll have your hand chopped off, you louse.
But Sir Grozov, why are you getting so worked up over this simple fellow?
I like how smug this dude is. Oh, it seems like you're getting mildly bothered, Trollface.
You don't have anything to hide, do you?
Me? Of course not.
See then? We shall continue. What happened next? You carried Cherton to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Musa?
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine to drink, and I prepared to stitch his wounds, but he died before I could.
It seems someone poisoned the poor fella.
Oh, here we go.
Grozav went to the infirmary a little before me and Katz. He could easily have had time to poison the wine Musa gave to Chertan.
What say you, Sir Musa?
It cannot be ruled out.
Well, Sir Grozov, what act...
I don't think Dwayne Johnson's movie career had even started at the time that the Private Ryan was filmed, but it would be funny. Oh, yeah, I've heard about that not losing his in his contract. I don't think he's the only one either. I think Will Smith has something similar. Or that, like, he only is interested in certain types of movies because those get the most attention. I think Steven Seagal is like this. I think Steven Seagal is somebody who won't be anything other than a main character in the movies he's in. And if he's going to be the main character, he's going to be kicking ass throughout the entire movie. He's never going to even take a hit. Yeah. Will Smith with niche acting? I'm not... I think the types of characters he has... Wait, maybe. It's generally action hero shit. Sorry, action hero roles, but he's also been in Pursuit of Happiness. That was more dramatic. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was before he started his movie career and probably set this plan up. But he's mostly been in like sci-fi action, like I, Robot and other shit I just can't be bothered to remember. Steven Seagal is a fucking lolcow. Oh, dude, what? Somebody who's like an actual lolcow, but has sort of like won the internet over. What's his name? The dude who made The Room. Wait, Wiseau? What's it? Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau is such a fucking character. It's really funny. He's taking the criticism not too hard, but with style. I've been watching Whiter's review. Basically clowning every single scene. Dude. Have you seen The Room, though? That's a movie I couldn't get through without emotional support. There's so much weird shit going on, though. Good, bad movies are incredibly entertaining, but if you don't have somebody to share the pain with, you're taking on all that pain yourself. You might take critical damage. But it's such a... Oh. I never shortened it down to that. But yeah, Steven Seagal is a pretty memey character. I appreciate him. I haven't watched a Steven Seagal movie in fucking years, though. They're probably just as bad as I remember them, so I'm not sure I want to. Anyway, give me a second. Okay. Isaac has shown up. That means I need to get through this trial, and then I gotta go. Yeah. Yeah, I think I have to. I think I have to prioritize. I think I have to prioritize my friend of almost 10 years now. I think it's more than that. Jesus Christ. Fucking. I don't like the thought of getting old. It reminds me of my mortality, and I don't like it.
Happened.
Why are you all still listening to that dung grubber? Where would I get hold of poison?
You
Yeah,
brewed
sure.
it up yourself. You have lots of poisonous plants in your tent. You can go and see for yourself, sir. He has a chest full of them.
You fucking liar!
Silence! I've heard more than enough. Sir Grossoff, you will...
There was one scene where he put his stunt double. What, you mean he punched his stunt double? Yeah, I've heard about that. Fucking maniac. I think that's the point where his career, like, really took a dip. He's probably gained some weight over the years, yeah. It's just really funny seeing him dressed and styled as a kung fu master. Like, he's got like this fucking Fu Manchu shit sometimes, and then he's got the fucking black ponytail, and then he's like wearing Chinese clothing like he's out of a fucking 80s Chinese action film. That's how I'm used to seeing him. Feels like a fetish at some point.
Come with me.
Me?
The king will not stand for wrongdoing among his nobles. That must be.
Haven't even seen the herbs yet. Why is he just taking my side on this? Not that I, well, actually, I am complaining. What the fuck?
Punished.
But I didn't do anything!
Don't make this harder than it need be.
Keep away from me!
Calm now, sir. Calm down.
Shut up, you worm! It's all your fault anyway! I won't let you put this on me, you hear?
Don't make me take out my gun.
I get it!
Oh, panicking. Oh, fuck! Stop!
Blood, yeah! You kick.
Well, Sir Stibor, one problem is cleared up, and another one takes its place.
I wouldn't say that. We've rid the king of one idiot. It's just a pity Cherton had to die because of it. And
Really?
I apologize to you, Sir Musa, for the unpleasantness you suffered.
Oh, wait. Are you saying his stunt double didn't have his shape during the time where they filmed the stunts? So, like, you can clear... Are they even the same height? I think it's fucking hilarious if they're not even close to being a double. It's just a random dude at that point. Like, you can clearly tell they're different people. Poor stunt guys. Do you think they get paid enough? Well, never mind the payment. Do you think they get enough recognition? Like, I fucking love good stunts. Well, I care more about the choreography of the fights, but sometimes you need a good stunt double to take the hit. Not everybody can be Jackie Chan and fucking put their own bodies on the line. Fucking... Oh, that's so good. So you can tell every time his stunt double is on screen because he doesn't even look the same. That's fucking fantastic. That's the sort of like low budget element that I just think is fun. Like, I actually like it. I find it entertaining. It's like playing a game with glitches, but the glitches don't like ruin progress. Like, it doesn't break the game. It just makes it look weird. I appreciate those. I've only really heard about this. I haven't been bothered to hear about it because there's enough people like that in the world. Like, like it's just narcissism, isn't it? People thinking they're hot shit. Who cares about evidence? But speaking of, have you seen Trump bringing a female swimmer up on stage and then talking about you think she could beat a man? I could beat her. Look at her. Look at me. I'm fucking jacked. I could beat her in a swimming contest. This fucking 70 out of shape grandpa who's about as fucking aqua dynamic as a boulder is fucking talking shit to like a professional athlete in a professional field. It's just so fucking good. There's like no self-awareness at all. When I see shit like that, I wonder, does his audience actually believe this? Or is it, you know, the emperor's new clothes, like nobody's brave enough to speak up? Yes! You need to see the fucking, I don't even know what to search for to get it. Somebody must have memed it at some point, right? I'm just gonna see if I can find it. Trump female swimmer? Yeah, that gets it. Watch Trump welcome anti-trans swimmer on stage at CPAC. Yeah. It's... Oh, God. I just wish he wasn't president, so I can like laugh guilt-free. It's just so stupid. What a fucking clown. It's like electing Steven Seagal for presidency.
My head will remain on my shoulders. That is the main thing.
What will happen to the camp now?
That is not your concern. I will personally take command.
Really?
You just get rid of the corpse and clear out the royal tent for me.
With pleasure. We won't be staying long anyway, will we, Henry?
As you command, sir.
Then I do command, soldier. Go and pack.
Okay.
Have I got time to stop by the baths? There's something I need to sort out there.
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to make the journey in the dark just because you want to dip your wick one last time.
Oh, come on, let me dip my wick. Okay. He was for the drink. My
Everything
man.
all right, Sister Boy?
No need to worry. Just because I spend all...
Okay. Anyway. Good talk. Happy to see you again, Franco. Glad to see you're alive. Hope, wish you luck in all your future endeavors, especially the sleep part. I know that's a bitch, personally, so... I hope you feel energized. And on schedule, probably. That's probably the more important part. Anyway, see ya.